Welcome to Other Worlds Oracles, a show where we build fictional worlds through designing fortune telling cards. I'm Autumn, and I seek reunion from the cards. On today's show, we've invited the wonderful Ellie. And Ellie, what do you seek from the cards?
You know, I think today I'm seeking clarity. Clarity and purpose.
Clarity is an interesting one. We've had that come up a few times, and I think people.
Are definitely drawn to a card when they see, like, they're looking for, like, a sense of direction, right?
Mm-hmm. I think people often come to the cards looking for some guidance, and that makes sense to me. So, question for you.
Oh,
What is your experience with world building and storytelling?
I've been a part of, like, a few different campaigns, but none of them have really panned out further than a few months. The longest one I've had was, well, it ended during COVID, and I really, really loved that one. I think you're actually one of my favorite, though,
Thank
for
you.
allowing me to build Trilla. She was my favorite character that I've ever made. I got too deep into the sauce and started to cry over a character's choices. That was extremely fun.
I was also crying over Trilla's choices, so.
As for like world building though, I've wanted to try to be like a DM or a GM for a game, and I have so many like stories that are in my head. It's just that final thing before making it reality is the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have a tendency to just like go full scary.
Full scary?
Full scary. I love horror, but I am also a terrified individual. And so this happens every time I want to buy a book. It's like, oh, I love this psychological horror. And then I'm like, the only time I have to read this is bedtime, and I'm so scared.
Yeah.
And I can't read any of these books because they're going to make me so spooked. But then I'm like, when I write a story, I want it to be, I love that tension in the world. I love the otherworldly, paranormal. Eldritch is a very fun one for me.
Yeah.
I love mimics. Yeah.
Yeah. I think horror brings out like all of the emotions in a very interesting way, just heightens everything in storytelling at times, or at least it can.
And there's some sort of power in writing horror too. That
Yeah.
there's a thing that when I was at a Halloween party many, many years ago, I had read or seen somewhere that to overcome your fear of the dark, you become the thing that others fear of the dark. And it's a little bit true that when you're dressed up as like a Slenderman, just walking through this terribly scary orchard that probably has a cougar in it, you can just go around and you have no fear because you are focused on, I'm going to get this other person. That's probably not great, but you know,
You know, I get it though.
you're either predator or prey.
Yeah. Well, have you ever had your fortune read? Is my other question.
By a licensed professional? No.
Yeah, yeah. Well, would you like to?
I'd love to.
Cool. Can you pick a number for me, one or two?
Let's see. You've given me a choice. Those are things that I historically struggle with.
Hmm.
But first choice, best choice, let's go with number one.
Number one.
Or actually number two. No, number one's fine.
I'm gonna need a final answer.
I just wanted to see your face as I changed it. It's number one. Thank you.
Number one. Okay. So you're gonna get the card from our missing episode, one that we recorded, and unfortunately I messed up the audio recording and only recorded my side, which is not the part I was really hoping for. We would like to have both, preferably. So what you get is one designed and called the Storyteller.
Oh,
A walled city of pristine appearance is under attack by a group of people called the Plague by those inside the walls. Clothed in prudish white, the city dwellers value tradition and abhor the Plague, who dress in deep purples, reds, and greens and boil over with new ideas of change. Overseeing this battle, a larger than life creature stands, using the walls of the city to steady themselves. This imposing figure is the storyteller, an older man who is dressed in a Victorian suit that stands out from the medieval setting.
Hmm.
So, some of the themes of this include the storyteller is actually kind of trapped by the story that he's writing. It's almost the inverse of what you had mentioned, become the thing that you're afraid of. This person is just as controlled by having to be a storyteller, because if he stops being the storyteller and telling stories, he's no longer exists. And
Oh,
so he's forced to pit these, people together against each other and create conflict to continue the story. And it becomes like this narrative about narrative. And, we love a good meta around here. So,
the world was brought into conflict and it's just continued since then.
yeah.
It's, if nothing happened, it wouldn't be interesting, would it?
Hmm. I wonder if interesting is what we should aim for, though.
Oh, once said we may live in interesting times, and I've regretted it ever since.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just thinking about like the themes of the walled city and
Mm-hmm.
the outside of their new ideas, and like protecting yourself from change while
Mm-hmm.
also having the outside storyteller be like, well, there needs to be something happening, otherwise y'all are just sitting in your little thing and nothing, you're stagnating. And that's not
Exactly.
a good story.
Yeah. So, we have this kind of theme of like empathy from the writer who is sharing the pain, but also the responsibility and culpability of that person. And we have this theme of choice paralysis and feeling overwhelmed.
Oh, so it is accurate. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. And like you were saying, there's this kind of, we kind of said the inverted meaning would be like carelessness, stagnation, or resistance to change. So the interpretation we came up with was the path before you is split in a myriad of choices. Every choice is going to come with empathy, a potential for failure, and consequences for those failures.
So it basically said, you seek clarity. How about a billion options and they're all going to take something to do?
Well, that is the next sentence. No matter what choice they make, the responsibility is yours to bear. It is your responsibility to continue the story. There will be no returning once you make the choice, so look forward. You think that not making a choice will make things easier, but you do have to decide in order to move the story forward.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
The beauty of like Oracle and Tarot decks is like, even if you don't think that they're magical, it's a way of self-reflection.
yeah.
It's basically guided meditation a
Hmm.
little bit,
Yeah.
forcing you to reckon with yourself, but in the context of like a horoscope is generalized to everybody, but it feels very specific.
Uh-huh.
You make the own meaning of it
Yeah.
by connecting with and bonding with a card,
Yeah.
as humans are wont to do to anything.
We long for connection.
And you make friends with a Roomba,
Yeah.
feed him some Cheerios.
Yeah. It's a very cute image.
But I love that. It's the clarity is that I have to make, I mean, as it always is, that you have to make your own decisions, that you have to take responsibility for making the narrative that you want to happen in the world.
Yeah. We were talking in the last episode about how we have time travel, maybe in one direction, but we have the ability to influence the future and is both empowering and terrifying.
Of course, I feel very strongly about people should have a sense of altruism,
Hmm.
that they should be caring for their other people, and in that a group or a community can build things for the future to be
Yeah.
better. But the problem is that people don't always see the results of that. That
Hmm.
you will plant a tree for your grandchildren's grandchildren, that you may not see the fruits of your labor, but it'll make a better world in the end.
Yeah.
And that's something worth striving for.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because I think Hank Green was the one who said, like, you don't notice when people don't die.
Oh, goodness.
Like there's so many things that could have happened that resulted in tragedy, like in some parallel universe where that did happen. But the things that people have done in the past to be able to set us up for success really changes the path of things.
If it goes well enough times, it becomes the normal and
Yeah,
or expected,
yeah,
and then if it gets forgotten, that's the tragedy.
yeah, exactly.
Oof.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways, would you like to help me make your own card?
I'd love to.
Awesome. So, the way this is going to work is that we're going to design a card similar to the ones in a tarot or oracle deck with three main characteristics: a setting, a main character called the arcana, and some kind of artifact called the symbol. We will draw cards with prompts and assign them to each characteristic, giving us a direction to start in. From there, we will build on each concept until we have fleshed out a story combining all three elements. We will then determine what the card will look like and what its meanings could be.
I was going to make it one of my goals to just be mean this whole thing and be like, no, I don't want my tarot card read, and then it's just end music. Do you want to make a card? No. Actually, I don't believe in magic. Dance is a sin.
I mean that's a choice. You have the power to, provide informed denial.
I value our friendship and I love your creative efforts and I love to be a part of whenever they happen. I always get so excited whenever I see you building a new podcast, which there have been quite a few,
Yeah, there have been.
but I always love watching your work.
Thanks. I feel the same.
Well, thank you. Give me my words, magic person.
What's the word? All right, so we're going to draw our card.
Ooh,
And the first one is going to be hidden. I'll send you a picture of it real quick.
ooh, that's beautiful, actually. Those, what are those? Oh, it's a crystal. Oh, that's
Yeah, it's the
lovely.
inside of a geode. So hidden. Where would you like to assign that card? To the setting, arcana, or symbol?
Let's see. Hidden would make a wonderful setting. I
Hmm.
know that there's a lot of like hidden away places that would feel very.
It could be good in any of them, honestly.
So it was a setting, the Arcana, and the symbol. How would it work in the Arcana for you? What are you thinking about that?
Well, I think there's something really interesting about having a card where the main character just straight up isn't there. And you're
Uh,
like, they're there, but you can't see them. And that's a whole other
ooh,
vibe to bring into it. And then, the symbol being hidden is kind of makes it like a MacGuffin of some sort of you have to like go get it. A fetch quest.
you, you made me really think about the hidden as the Arcana. Like I was just talking about how my love of mimics,
Yeah.
and I like, ooh, I like that. I think hidden is a really good Arcana one then.
Okay. Going into Arcana.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Next card. Aw. It is love.
Oh, what's that one look like?
Let's take a look.
If the next one is Badger Mole, we're going straight into secret tunnel territory. Oh,
Yeah, the card is of two men kissing.
love.
Love. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Would you like to put love into the setting or into the symbol?
Ooh. And we have to do it right now, too, don't we? We can't get all three cards. Ugh. Why would you have to make things difficult? Is that some sort of storyteller that you're trying to do?
Makes it interesting.
Goodness. Love as a setting.
Yeah,
Let's go fun.
I think that's a good one too. And then the last one, our symbol, flowers.
Flowers. Oh, this is the cute episode.
This is a cute episode.
I started off talking about the completely wrong thing. Now we have hidden love flowers. Oh, goodness. Okay. Ooh, what are those little flowers? They're like tiny little blue. That reminds me of like the last one about the hidden. No, it wasn't the hidden one. Was it the ruins anew that had little flowers that were like
Hmm.
little purple flowers?
Yeah.
They're very small. They're on like a delicate, almost like a succulent almost leaf. and it's like this beautiful light purpley blue.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually two versions of each of these cards. One that I made really quickly using assets off of my Canva subscription. And then I decided to release the rules to this game on my itch.io page. And that I needed to have the rights to all the artwork. So I just went into Wikimedia Commons and got all the public domain pictures I possibly could. And, you
Beautiful.
know, thank you to everyone who releases art into the public domain. Like, that is such a gift.
That's a whole thing of like, I just wish that we were as a society that just could do art and creativity, and that was the goal and drive. There's so
Yeah.
much with like, we're gonna bring it back to capitalism, folks,
Mm. Yeah.
of it's a drive to monetize and engage and produce content. Of course, it like can be internally, this is something that I enjoy, but in order for it to feel almost like worth it, it needs to have some sort of external value, and that can't be from the love of creativity itself almost, which is, I think, something I would love to see change.
Yeah. I will say my experience with this show, I've tried so many different creative endeavors in my time of just like, this is the one. This is the run, everybody. This is where I finally become famous and make lots of money because, that's what you do. But
We're gonna get some big names on here. I'm calling it.
this one specifically, I have been working very hard to not just temper my expectations, but also to just kind of have a talk with myself about like, this is not going to be about the result, it's going to be about the process.
Yeah.
And that I have found so much more joy in. I get to just hang out with friends and future friends and just chat about fun things and also not fun things sometimes, which is fun in its own way.
I mean, if you get a couple of non-straight people together, they're going to talk about their traumas,
Yep.
and it's going to be how they bond and relate. It's just kind of how it works.
Yep.
We form very fast, very great friendships with other
Yeah.
people because it just, we can see that and connect and be like, I see myself in you, and we will connect on that, and we're friends now, actually, forever.
There's very much the like 5-year-old, you're my friend now mentality sometimes when you're able
Uh,
to create something together. And I think this has really been a good opportunity for me to get closer to some friends that I already had and then like make new ones. And at the end of every one of these, I feel like, oh, wow, I feel a little bit closer to you than I did before. And that's like a really sweet thing that would never have come out of like, I'm making a podcast so I can sell ads on it, which is like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but that's not what this intention was.
Once we have 52 cards in this thing and for the first season, you release them out as decks. That's how we monetize this, baby. You got it. No, no. But if there are like real cards being made of this, oh my goodness, they're going to be beautiful. I don't know how you're going to do some of them.
I know some of them feel kind of impossible to conceptualize and visual.
Physical manifestation of ennui.
Yeah, I think it was Emily's where it was like they're sparks, but they're in a reflection.
Yes, please describe the reflection of a reflection and then put that on a card. But it's not that they're the reflection, it's that, like, oh my, just put a Voltron of people on here.
This is a callback episode.
I'm sorry, I habitually prepare for so many things. I've had like 5 different versions of this podcast running in my head about what I was going to do, and now it has none of them. None of them have gone actually the way that I thought it would. But it's something new, and that's beautiful.
Well, I admire your commitment to prepare for improv.
I learned a whole freaking language that you made up for the thing for Trilla. You made a specific language that you also wouldn't tell me everything about.
Yeah.
You like drip fed me little bits of it, but I also wrote down the entire like
I wrote a syllabary. Yeah.
syllabary. Yeah. And so I knew like the pronunciation of the words. I knew what the words looked like. I had no idea of the meaning, and you didn't give me that at all. my character was supposed to know this language, but I couldn't know this language, so that was a very fun role playing, and I love you for that.
Oh, it's
Ah,
also the call out episode. I love it.
it's been too long. You've gone without consequences for your actions for so long. This is it. We're sitting you down, actually. Bring him in.
I I thought this was an interview, but it's actually an intervention.
This is my hidden love for you.
uh,
Okay.
so we have a card here. We have a setting of love, a
Arcana of Hidden.
and a symbol of flowers.
Which flowers as a symbol is also very fun because flowers are like historically full of symbolism.
Hmm.
I remember this like Tumblr post on how to give a bouquet to tell someone that you hate them. I just thought that was very funny. But then I was also very afraid of like getting the wrong flowers for a long time. Of I just thought these were pretty and these colors go together. I didn't know that I was making a request for a personal duel or your hand in marriage. I just thought, hey, these are some pretty little flowers.
Try add being colorblind
Oh,
to that because
right.
where I'll be like, "Hey, I got you these roses. They're your favorite color." And they're like, "These are yellow roses." And I'm like, "Oh, well, is that your favorite color?" No, yellow is not red. I'm like, "Okay.
Oh,
Good good to know."
sometimes is. It's the thought that counts.
Well, which do you want to start with for the card? Do you want to start with the setting or do you want to start with the arcana?
Let's start with the setting. It's always good to have a sandbox to play in before you start adding toys.
I think so.
All right. So, a setting of love.
Hmm.
A lot of the settings prior have been like in an apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic, and then in the ruins or like the build-up after that.
Yeah.
Is there, let's see, we've had forests and stuff before. What is a place that you feel has a lot of embodiment of love? Like, are we going big here? Are we going, I don't think it's space. I know there's like a love of space, but like it's
Hmm.
mostly empty there, and I don't feel like that embodies love in the form of like you need people or persons, and you need something to provide that empathy
Mm.
and community and
Connection.
connection. I think, hmm,
I don't want to interrupt you,
go
but
ahead.
I'm wondering what drew you to space?
Ironically, it's because I've been watching a whole bunch of very deep sea, like ocean, no, Mariana's Trench videos on YouTube, and I've again spooked myself and was like, what's the furthest away from the ocean? That would be space. But then I'm also thinking about like, oh, that's a fun idea.
What?
There is like a vast expanse in space. It's kind of one of the
Hmm.
primary features. But like in that nothingness, having something like a shuttle, like some sort of ship out there, that provides like such a sense of contrast to that big open nothingness that like that is a very close, personal kind of cramped. There has to be connections in there.
Yep.
Let's go with that, actually.
I was thinking something very similar to something like a spaceship where people are required to work together to continue their lives.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for force community, but there's also like a thing of like the leading force in people becoming friends is proximity, which I thought
Yep.
was very funny.
I sometimes have to explain to people how to make friends because we're not really taught that sometimes. And oftentimes tell them like, well, just think of a interest that you would commit to going somewhere a lot. And if you are around someone in the same place at the same time, there's a decent likelihood you'll find someone that you'll connect with and be able to strike up a conversation or ask them to go somewhere else to a new space.
What? Unheard of.
Yeah.
Uh, I think we could do that. A setting of love is a space ship or station. I think ship would be more engaging.
There's momentum to it.
A station feels like it's a bit too. stationary, that
Hmm.
there's like a love of adventure, there's a love of exploration with a spaceship.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like something, I don't want to go like a NASA shuttle because that doesn't feel very cool in sci-fi and wouldn't be very fun on a card. I'm thinking something sleek, something almost alien kind of looking. I guess would it be an exploration festival if we're going for like the Arcana of Hidden? Would it be something like a scout,
Mm.
which can still be exploration, but like figuring things out, finding information? Oh, and the flowers. It's the pattern recognition brain. It's going. There was this book that I've read. I believe it's called like Children of Time. I was talking about this earlier by
Yeah.
oh, he's got the long name. Children of Time by Adrian. Oh goodness. How do you your music? Do you know how to do Tchaikovsky?
Oh, Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, that one. It's that one. It's Adrian, that one. And in it they like describe this spaceship that's like a it's kind of almost like a living thing of it's got its structs from the human side and then it has the engineering capabilities of the that's not a spoiler. Well, maybe. From the other beings related closely to spiders. And so it has like this web-like skin around a reconfigurable inside. And I was thinking about like with a flowers aspect of like, what if a dryad made a spaceship?
Ooh.
And so it's like, could you make a wooden spaceship? Could you have something where the bowels of a entrance are like not carved wood, but like intertwining vines and feels
Ooh.
almost like elven.
Yeah. We're almost getting into like, I don't know if you've ever done a Spelljammer session before in D&D where you have these like they look like literal ships and they're commanded by powerful magic users. Like it could be as fantastical as that of like it doesn't have to follow actual science. It can just be oh the magic makes it work.
It can be, there's a group of people that have a very wonderful connection to flowers and trees, and they can build up their infrastructure by, what will they do? By hugging a tree, by loving it. Nope, don't love the trees. So we have our setting of the, like a wooden spaceship. We have crew there. What is hidden about it? Is it that it is like a scout, that it's going on like an expedition? There's trepidation in it. There's,
If you reach a stopping point and you're not sure, I have a thought.
oh, go ahead.
Take it or leave it, but this is just an idea. At one point, there were two dryads. I think of them as ladies because, of course, I'm thinking of them as ladies who are in love. And one of them travels to another planet to like make sure that their people survive.
Oh,
And then they're like trying to come back.
I mean, it would fit the Pride Month love card to have space lesbians.
We do love space tree lesbians.
I think that's beautiful.
What are you thinking?
Let me just spin up my little gears here. Okay,
Loading.
so we have a planet.
Hmm.
People have deep connection with nature,
Yeah.
spacefaring. We have a ship, a living ship that can go on an exploration mission, something hidden. It could be like the symbol of that bouquet. Like,
Hmm.
have them setting off on an expedition, and maybe they're returning, and this is like a return bouquet, like a hidden kind of like a surprise present that they're returning to a loved one from their exploration.
Hmm.
And they come with this ship that they've now bloomed full of flowers for their return. It's like a celebration almost of we were gone for a while, we were hidden away on our journey, but we've come
Hmm.
back to be reunited again. And I brought you myself, but myself is also the bouquet of flowers that just means like I love you and I'm here.
Hmm.
And I brought with me like all these stories. I brought with me all this experience. I brought the beauty of coming back after a long time away.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that? I have completely lost myself in a thing. I'm glad this is recorded. I love our little space lesbians already.
Why are they leaving?
Why are they leaving? Why would they have to go away? Is it for like a journey? Is it like a space pilgrimage? That's like a really common thing that a lot of sci-fi that I've read has of like a they need to experience the world and then they come back with their experiences and their growth and they've become like a new person. They've changed, but they're still that person that you loved. They're just a little bit different now.
Hmm.
And I think maybe that's what they need to do is that these people, as they build up like their ability to commune with the nature on their planet, that they spend enough time honing those skills. They build their own kind of exploration vehicles, their spacefaring vehicles to go on these adventures, knowing that they leave their loved ones behind, but they come back different, that there's growth to it. I mean, plants. There's going to be an aspect of growth to this.
There's almost like a ship of Theseus thing going on here too, where like things inside have changed, but you're still the same vessel.
There's Yeah, you could say like the ship of Theseus has like a hidden soul of the ship in there. Like
Mm,
even if all of its parts are changed, it's that ship because there's some hidden aspect of it that is that ship.
yeah,
Don't get into the whole what if I rebuild another ship with all the parts that we took off of it? I don't know what that is. That's an abomination.
that's scary.
But it's like a hidden growth
Hmm.
of becoming your own person, but having those familiarities, like the people in your life that you've grown up with can relate to, can see you've changed.
Hmm.
And sometimes they don't see those changes, but they've still happened. Like you can grow internally and people don't recognize that,
Yeah.
but you're able to like deal with things better. You're able to, as you like grow up to be an adult, well, generally, it's been difficult growing up to be an adult and figuring out that like sometimes you still feel like a kid or wow, I thought when I would be an adult that I would be capable and strong and have all this experience and know the right thing to do every time. And now it's like, oh, I have to make dinner for myself and I have to ask myself, what am I going to make for this? What am I going to wear? What am I going to do? And I have to do all these things. And it's like, oh God, how much did I not know? There's like so many things that are hidden from you as a kid and growing up that like it's like you see these things and you recognize them as one way, but as like you grow up, you begin to see like the symbolism of different things. Those flowers that you thought just were pretty actually mean like there's special meanings for the colors, there's special meanings for the type of flowers. There's a world hidden off from you and you have to go explore it. And there's a love in that. You're going to be a different person, but you will find things that you will love. It's like as an adult, there's like so many things that I didn't have as a kid.
Yeah.
There's so many things that I can do better for the other people in my life.
Hmm.
And that's something that I personally really love. That I have all this experience now. I've been out in the world and I can give that experience to other people
Hmm.
as they also go on and explore the world.
Yeah.
So I think this feels a lot like secret therapy, Autumn. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, all of my projects are just secret therapy.
I think we have a good story. I think it's how do we put that now on a card?
Yeah. Well, let's flesh out some of the like appearances of some things.
Yeah.
What does the ship look like? What color is it? Let's start with that.
What do trees look like? Have I seen a tree before? I think primarily that it's going to be shades of brown.
Hmm.
There's going to be a lot of like bark
Hmm.
because the outer coating does have to be like strong enough to withstand space, to
Hmm.
withstand exploration. But I think within that, there's going to be pops of color. Like there's branches, there's flowers, there's like sprigs that come out of it that are to provide the flavor and personality of the ship that kind of reflect the creator in that way of their vision and design. How cool would a thing be if like you could say I made that leaf to look like that because that's who I am as a person. That like some people would have great fins that are like broad-leafed, almost like a maple leaf has those like fins, and their ship would sail through. I guess it wouldn't be sailing, it would be swimming through the air if it could. Or, oh my goodness, could you imagine like a dandelion fluffs? Like that wisher kind of a thing. That could be like a little escape pod thing, is that they have the a wisher ball, and then each little person gets in their little pod and just like kind of disperses it with their own little umbrella things as they come back down.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That'd be such a beautiful return, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like there's the ship and it's like hanging out in orbit, but then they send down their little like wisher ball pod. Love. It's just so beautiful.
They're just Mary Poppinsing down with
Uh,
with this dandelion seed.
it is called like a dandelion. I keep calling them wisher balls, but that's something.
I think that's a really nice way of calling it though.
So we have the ship that's like framed up at like the top of the card,
Okay.
kind of like set on this early morning, that peach colored early
Hmm.
morning, oranges, pink sky of like they're coming home in this morning. And then I want the ship to be kind of framed there in the sky as they send down like this dandelion fluff ball carrying one of our two ladies. And as they go there, the ship is like dropping flower petals, showcasing like their arrival. Let's see, on the ground they'd have their awaiting lover. And we just probably get like the back of them just barely at the bottom of the card.
Yeah. Are they like hands to face, like holding back tears, or like what do they look like?
I think this is a joyous reunion. I think
Yeah.
this is it's been a long time coming that
Hmm.
you've had this person that you've cared about that you haven't seen for a long time, but you still deeply love them and care for them, and you're excited to see how they've grown, how they've changed. We're gonna say like in this world, there's not like that expectation of, oh no, what if they change and they don't like me anymore? There's an understanding that people grow and change,
Hmm.
but you can still find something to love about them. I think joyous, happy, kind
Yeah.
of like hand a little bit outreached, covering the mouth.
Yeah. I keep thinking about the song from Epic.
Oh, my wife introduced me to that. Which one are you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking of the one at the very end, the finale, the I will fall in love with you over and over again.
Oh, I hadn't really listened to the last one as much because I got very, very sad about the reunion between the father and the son.
Hmm.
And then that one made me cry a lot. And so I didn't quite get past that one. I listened to everything else, but I didn't quite get past that one. So I would love for you to explain a little bit further on that.
It's the story of the Odyssey, is what Epic is about. And so this last scene, this last song, is about the reunion of Odysseus and Penelope and the moment of them reuniting and him being like, listen, I'm not the person you knew before. I've done a lot of like really horrible things. And her saying, like, well, what have you done? And
Mm.
him explaining, and her saying, well, great. Can you move our wedding bed to somewhere else? And he's like, I literally can't do that because I carved it from the roots of this tree. And
Ah,
I made it a symbol of our love. And you wanting me to break it to move it? And she's like, ah, so you knew that. You're the only one who would know that. So you are my husband. I'm going to fall in love with you over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when. No matter how long it's been, you're mine.
oh,
Yeah. Say what you want about the Odyssey, but Epic is a really well written musical.
oh my God, it's so good.
So, question about this depiction on the card.
Hmm.
I keep picturing like this returning one as like holding on to like a dandelion seed, like an umbrella, like Mary Poppins. Is that what it's like, or is it more like a pod?
You're thinking Mary Poppins. I was thinking Howl's Moving Castle.
That too.
There's like, you know those little, I think they're called like oak knurls. They're these little pods that form on the outside of like oak trees.
Hmm.
And inside they have this like, it looks kind of like a dandelion wisher. It's those
Hmm.
little like floaty, those little ethereal wisps that you see that aren't cottonwood. and you usually see them like floating around. You catch one, you make a wish, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I think like a oak knurl, but like clear, that almost like opens up, and then they could, I think, like Mary Poppins holding on to the top of the dandelion fluff feet on the little seat at the bottom as they like drift down purposely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very beautiful.
So they're kind of floating down. You can see them, the other woman.
I am thinking about like hidden,
Yeah.
and that's doesn't, I don't know.
Well, you said that hidden could also represent like the things that have changed that you can't
Yeah.
see.
It's hidden in that it's not depicted on the card.
Yeah.
Goodness. Should they be visible then? Should it just be like
Hmm.
that pod?
It could be. Or they could be on the ship. Or, like you said, it could be the bouquet that they're holding that's hidden behind them.
Just peeking out from the back as they hold on to their umbrella with one hand, hand behind their back with a little bit of a peeking out of the flowers as they're coming for the return. I think that'd be cute.
That would be cute.
All right. Part of my thing is that I like to reiterate what I'm going through so that I know where I am at a step. We have the ship at the top. We have the brave explorer coming back. They're coming down from their dandelion fluff umbrella bouquet behind their back, ethereally floating down to see their love on the ground. We see from behind, looking up joyously, waiting for them to return, knowing that they are different, not knowing how yet, but excited to figure out what has changed, what has stayed the same about this person that they love, what kind of hidden things they get to discover. This is a card about discovery, growth, love. It's like finding meaning in things that cause you to grow as a person, that develop your sense of empathy and altruism about the world, about connections with people. I feel like having this be very plant focused definitely like lends to the feeling of growth. Like this world with like the framing of like the morning and the peachy skies is just like a new kind of beginning. There's something to be discovered here. It's not like a sunset where it's something leaving. This is something new coming up. This is a new discovery. I just thought about, oh no, we haven't actually named this card yet.
I know. That was going to be my next question.
I felt it. I felt it coming. I'm getting in here. I'm getting into the story. I'm like, Autumn is looking at me, just watching me, and I'm like, we haven't named it.
Have to have a good idea of what it's about before we can name it. So the time has come.
Time has come. So what we have here, and it has to be a the name. I know that you are very insistent on that.
Yeah, it's going to be the lovers, right?
Oh gosh. It's called The Secret Tunnel. I think having bouquet in there is because that I feel like was a big part of it was the hidden symbolism of like bouquets and flower.
hmm Yeah, my first thought was like the returning gift,
Returning gift.
but bouquet I think would make sense to include in there.
It's like how do we incorporate growth, change, symbolism, flowers, revelations,
Blossoming?
the blossoming, a blossoming revelation, um, a discovery, a secret, the blossoming secrets. The
mm
because blossoming is a very good one. It's like a revealing of it,
hmm
which I think is why I wanted to go with like revelation is like a
Yeah,
is a thing of a secret, but it's like a can be also be like a celebration kind of a thing.
yeah. The surprise blossoming.
Well, that's what they call when you come out unexpectedly. Um,
Happy Pride, everyone.
with pride. I think, let's go for it. Give me 2 to 5 business days and I'll think of a really, really good one. And as soon as this podcast ends, I'm going to be thinking of a really, really good one. And I'm going to be texting you and saying, like, no, no, we should have named it this. Can you re edit it to be this one, actually? Okay, so we're just going to frame this in. So, like, all right, this card is specifically, definitively named, and then we can insert it in right there.
It's like just ADR it.
All right.
We'll do it in post.
Yeah. I really like. Ooh, it's gonna mess with the format though. It won't be a the.
What will it be?
It could still be that. It's. I like the Revelations bouquet.
Ooh,
What do you think about that one?
I do like it. I feel like there's something.
That it doesn't quite aspect hidden, or
Revelation implies hidden, so I think that's fine.
I was looking up alternate words for flower, and then I found the word nosegay, and I thought that was very funny. Sorry, go ahead.
Does the bouquet belong to the revelation? Is it the other way around?
The bouquet of revelations, the the blossoming, the blossoming secret. We said that before. This feels like naming the year.
Yeah,
The secret garden.
the secret garden. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
If we did something with garden, that would be like growing and developing sprout. So what's your thought right now for the naming of it? Is it that we just haven't quite gotten it yet?
I think the revelations bouquet is good,
Hmm.
but I feel like there's something else that we can come up with that might be better. Because it doesn't like flow off the tongue, I think is probably what I'm not quite resonating with.
I know the French, just
That is an idea. We could pull up like some loan words or words from another language.
about the corsage,
I do like bouquet or blossom or secret would make sense to me.
blossom, secret, revelation, returning,
Yeah.
growth,
Present.
present, a gift. Gift is a secret. Let's lean in here. Okay.
We picked like two of the most indecisive people.
Indecisive, perfectionist.
Uh-huh.
Like the lover's return feels fine, but it's also like the lover's card.
Yeah.
The discovery be interesting. What was that? Would you fall in love with me again? The Odyssey's bouquet.
The
Um,
epic return.
the epic, epic flowers, bro. The journeys, the petals,
I mean, there's reunion.
the petals reunion. Well, we have a reunion, don't we?
We have
The
the
reunited.
reunited, yeah.
And it's a thing, you can't have two cards that say the same thing. A rediscovery of flowers.
The long awaited.
The long awaited. Ooh, it's not bad. The long awaited. Hmm.
The waiting lovers.
The waiting lovers wait till marriage. The long awaited. I like that, actually.
What do you like about it?
I like the long awaited because I don't, I feel like you're gonna have to add like the subtext of the growth and the stuff to it, of the journey, but like the long awaited reframes it almost. Well, I guess maybe it still works for both of them. Like the person on the ground and the person that's been gone are both awaiting this reunion.
Hmm.
I like the looking forward to discovery that the long awaited that kind of
Yeah.
implies. I like the anticipation of it.
Yeah.
I think that I think that's very nice. I think the long awaited is a good one.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to take away the name from you, so whatever feels best to you.
Orinda of the Reaching Green.
You're free to use the long awaited if you'd like, but I just don't want to necessarily impose that on you.
It's like a gardener returning to a field that they've sown.
Yeah. The harvest sounds a little bit off vibe. That feels more reapery and endings.
There's more endings, and this is more of like a new beginnings. This is like a spring. This is a new growth. This is a the long blossom,
The early blossom,
the early blossom.
the spring morning.
The new growth is also not great. The awaited return. The what is a word for like lovingly waiting? The lovelorn? No, that's sad. The pining? No. Breathless return? No. The expectant. You pull this card, you're pregnant. We spent 20 minutes trying to figure out the name.
The relationship restored. Homecoming.
Homecoming. I'd love to. I have too many things I want to incorporate into it.
I know. Remember, a lot of this, the meaning can be written out in the background and subtext.
The flowers language.
The flower secret.
I'm looking up different flowers and like their meanings.
Yeah.
Oh, a camellia is like a longing for you.
The forgot me not.
Forgot not. Carnation's coronation. Chives for usefulness. The wish ball. The dandelion's return.
The wish returned.
The wish return. The dandelion. The wish returned. The long-awaited wish. The wish returned. I don't feel like that quite gets to it. It's.
I don't think so either. I mean, it could be something like the sunset or the petal fall.
I think I got something going in my head, right?
Let it percolate.
The unearthed garden.
The regrounding.
The regrounding. The re-earthing.
Yeah.
There's something about the rediscovery of a person.
Hmm.
What is that? How can I get to that in a the sentence? The rediscovery of a person who has grown. There's got to be a German word for this. The rediscovery of a person who has grown, who has changed, who is different, who is still loved.
The renewed vows.
The renewed vows.
I keep having that line over and over in my head, though. The I will fall in love with you over and over again.
The over and over.
Hmm. I do like that.
Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
That sounds promising.
The perennial love.
Ooh. Do you think you got
I
it?
think I got it. The
I
perennial
think you got
love.
it. Yeah.
Ooh,
You stuck the landing on
I
that one.
got chills about that one.
See, I was waiting for that reaction.
Oh, you know that ASMR feeling where like your whole spine tingles and it's just like, ding, you got it.
Ding, 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 ding. You solved my card puzzle.
Ah. The perennial love is a card about the rediscovery of someone who has gone through growth and change in their lives, but like a perennial plant, is the same but a little bit different each time. And you're excited to find out what has changed while loving both what they were, what they are, what they will be. It's a card about acceptance, it's a card about love, it's a card about finding the things in other people that you can connect with, that you can rediscover something new about everyone, because they all have a secret internal story within them that you can spend a lifetime discovering. I wish those two little space dryad lesbians much happiness in their lives.
Yeah, me too. All right. So we have a card, and I love it very, very much. I have one more request for you.
Oh, you do?
Can you help me pick 3 new cards to add to the prompt deck?
I suppose I can.
What you thinking?
Well, now you got me all sappy feeling, and I've lost my other words. It's gonna go with something edgy and mysterious, but no. I would love to do something more ocean focused. We haven't had one of those things. So,
Well, we had the rising tide, but
did we have the rising tide?
yeah, we didn't have an episode about it though. So,
Ah, I would like to go with the word puppet.
puppet.
Puppet's fun.
Hmm. Looks around.
Cup, desk, wall.
I mean, all of those could be good. They kind of have a whole suit called cups in the tarot.
They do. But vessel is just another word for puppet.
Hmm.
Um,
The five of puppets.
I was gonna say like dandelion, but because that was the alternative to saying weed, and I didn't want you to make the weed tarot card.
Fine.
Yeah, puppet, dandelion,
Okay.
and let's be self-indulgent and be very rude to the next people. We'll name it after my dog, Sticky. Sticky can be a great tarot card.
This will be the second card in the prompt deck named after a dog, so
Oh, lovely.
which I'm loving that. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Autumn.
This has been really fun.
It was a joy and an honor.
And that brings us to the end of our show. A huge thanks to our wonderful guest. You can find us at our usual places on your favorite podcatcher or on otherworldsoracles.podbean.com. Thanks for joining us, and remember that magic is creation and creation is magic. Take care.
And with that, we go into our sound bath. Are you ready? Cut.
Okay, I'm gonna read the outro real quick.